Hey there, I'm Caden Rains and welcome to my basement. Today we're looking at a bit more of the Koopa Troop, along with a couple Italians and a princess for good measure. We're going to go over all of the Koopalings as well as Bowser Jr. and the three non-lizards that I've got waiting to get out of their boxes. So let's get them unpacked, take a look at them, and then get them on the shelves. So here are the three non-Koopas from this batch, those being Princess Peach in the middle here, and then Best Boy Luigi, and then some guy with red shirt and blue overalls. I don't know what his name is. Probably something Italian for some reason. So I will state that even though I think Luigi is the best bro, I never really intended to get either of the brothers, but they were the easiest way going through these 2-packs to get the Koopas I wanted. And they're, from what I understand, they're like a UK thing, but Amazon sells them, and I was able to get Iggy and Bowser Jr. for much less than I was seeing them on their own, even with the brothers added in. So that's why I've got a random Fire Luigi and Mario, even though they don't really have a position on the shelf per se. I'll probably put them somewhere. I will probably get normal Luigi at some point just because. But as far as these three go, Mario comes with a Power Shroom. Luigi, since he's Fire Luigi, comes with this Fire Flower. I don't know if it's just mine because of the way it was boxed, but mine is like it bends over, and so it looks fine, I guess. Maybe I'll get something to try and hold it in place, but it keeps bending down like that. And then Peach comes with her umbrella, which she can't hold, but you can put on her wrist like this. Peach is also the least posable of these three. Her arms do move at at the shoulder and the elbow, and her head will, well, it really doesn't. It's just her upper body. So that's a little unfortunate, but I guess they really wanted this dress form. She does have legs underneath, and I'm not going to show it, but it's a little more detailed on the legs than I thought it would be. I actually kind of thought it'd just be flat underneath, but they go all the way. So I guess good for her. I don't know. Mario and Luigi are similar to each other just in posability, despite the difference in their mold. So shoulder and elbow, torso, well, not torso, knee and waist, or however you want to think of the groin area. And then his neck does technically move, but just barely. Luigi is very similar, like I said, except that his neck is completely swivels, but otherwise his joints all work basically the same way. So they're fine. I think, I don't know. I feel like something about where Mario's neck or lack thereof meets his body could be improved upon. I know that's kind of how he's drawn and he's cartoony, but putting them next to each other just reinforces the fact that Luigi's best boy. But whatever. If you're looking for a Mario fig and you don't want to spend tons and tons on the Japanese imports, these are fine. And because they're 4-inch scale, they actually look all right with 6-inch scales because they're short guys. They're not meant to be super tall compared to a lot of other people. Not even considering Mario Odyssey. I'm not sure even Nintendo thought that out. Regardless, these two are fine, and while Peach is not as maneuverable as might be wanted, she looks all right. So, oops. But so these three as far as the Mushroom Kingdom goes and its inhabitants, these are a good trio. I know Daisy's not from the Mushroom Kingdom, but I won't be buying her. If just look, Google a picture of her. I don't like Daisy in general. Like, I don't hate her, but I've never been a fan of her, and her toy is not good looking. If they make another version, maybe I'll consider it then. But the version they put out, Jakks Pacific put out of Daisy, is a no-go as far as I'm concerned. But now that we've looked at the Italian boys and the princess, let's take a look at why we're really here, the Koopas. So here we have Bowser Jr. and 5 of the 7 Koopalings that are currently available from Jakks Pacific, along with their mom. And let's take a look at them. Despite their body shapes being fairly different, I mean, they all have that. Oop, there goes Wendy. They all have that same basic Koopa body, I guess, but they're different proportions. So they're all very similar in the long run, and in their accessories and such. But they do look different enough, which is kind of the benefit of their design compared to the average Koopa in the games. So we've got Wendy, we've got Ludwig, we've got Lemmy, Larry, and Iggy. Roy and Mort haven't come out yet, as far as I know. I've never seen them, so I'm going to assume that I'm not wrong on that. And then, of course, there's Bowser Jr. So Bowser Jr. is the only one with a completely different accessory, that being his brush from Mario Sunshine. And he does have posability with his neck, his arms, no elbow joints because they are short little arms. His legs technically have 2 joints at the foot and at the waist, but if you look at how they're shaped, it's pretty clear they're meant to stay close to the body. His tail will also move as well, so that can help keep him posed. Now, the rest of the Koopalings, I know you can argue whether Bowser Jr. is actually part of the Koopalings or not, but the rest of the Koopalings basically have the same accessory, that being their magic wand. Some of them are shorter or longer than others, but they really seem like they're the same mold, just resized. So I'm going to go with that. But they all have the same basic body besides that, with certain exceptions. So like Lemmy, Lemmy, Larry, and Wendy really don't have arm joints except for the shoulder. Technically Wendy does, but it doesn't move very far. Whereas Iggy over here, he's long jointed enough that he gets elbow joints. He also has the coolest eyes, or at least the most interesting eyes. But they all basically have the same legs, more or less. Again, Iggy's are a little bigger because he's bigger. And if they ever get around to Mort and Roy, they're the biggest of the Koopalings. But as far as each of them is concerned, while they may not be the most posable, they are technically posable, especially their arms, so you can get their magic wands in different positions. And they look really different from the other Koopalings, or other Koopas, I should say. So it doesn't look like you've just bought, in this case, 6 of the same figure, despite them all being yellow lizards with the exception of Wendy, greenish heads. So I think that if you like Mario series, or if you like the Koopas at least, then you've got a good selection here. I do hope they make Roy and Mort to complete the set, but for now, I believe that they look good, and they're going to go good on the shelf with their dad, especially once I get Peach out there with him. Yes, I'm going to put Peach with Bowser. I'm a weirdo like that, even though in the games I think she should be with best boy Luigi over here. It's a me, Luigi. That did not sound like Luigi. I apologize. I will not cut it from the tape, though. So, anyway, now that we've looked at them, and we've gotten a good look at all 6 Koopas, Peach, and the brothers, let's put them on the shelf and see how they look. And we'll just put you right there. And look, we've got a nice family little portrait going on here. We've got some Koopalings, we got Bowser Jr., the big man himself and his pretty wife, me attempting to make it look like they're holding hands, and even Grandpa Kamek back there, along with some minions just doing minion-y things. So, for now, this is more or less where I'm thinking these Koopas are going to go. I might get some more risers shorter than this one to put some of the Koopalings on. But that's my Koopa cast. I'll put Mario and Luigi somewhere. The shelf below is where some of the hero stuff is going to go when I get to it. This shelf is for villains, or at least villain-esque characters. Some of the stuff that's going to go on the other side of the Skeletors, some of those could be argued whether or not they're villains, although some definitely are. But anyway, do you have any of the Jakks Pacific Koopas? Or princesses, or those two weird Italian guys? If you saw them, would you want them? Do you think that my display is alright? Or do you think I should reset them up in some way? Let me know down below. But regardless, I hope you had a good time in my basement today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.